home inspections. This is very, very important, okay? So make sure that you return to this page in the buyer's guide. If you are purchasing a resale property or new construction, we highly, highly recommend that you have a professional home inspector conduct a thorough inspection. So even though if you're doing a new construction home, a lot of people think, okay, it's brand new, it's perfect, there is no reason to do a home inspection. I assure you that there is. Even though it's brand new items going into the house, it's still man-made, and we are humans and we make mistakes, and these contractors are building at a high volume, so it's not going to be perfect. I've never had a perfect home inspection report, and this is how it looks. We get a home inspection done. There is going to be item after item after item of things that were not done correctly. You are paying a lot of money for this home. It is a huge investment. All I have to do is take that inspection report and present it to the builder, and they are to fix every single item on there. So it's a little bit more expensive than the standard home inspection cost, but I highly, highly recommend if you're thinking about doing new construction and you're thinking about picking out the land and building from the beginning, that there is a multi-phase inspection process that you can go through. Most home inspectors do provide this. So there's a pre-drywall inspection, which this is about $500. And then you have, after the builder comes out, because there's going to be items on that inspection report, after that pre-drywall inspection, when we get that report back, because it's going to have a lot of items on it, I take it to present it to the builder, and then the builder fixes those items. But how do we know that they were done? How do we know that they were done correctly? We're not home inspectors, right? So we can hire the inspector to go back out to the property and re-inspect those items to make sure that they are done correctly and to the correct standards. We can hire the inspector to come back out and look at those items. It is an additional cost, and it does depend on the number of items. Then you can do another inspection towards the end of the process. Literally about 2 weeks before closing is a final inspection. So the inspector goes through the house, they draft up their report for us, and I promise you, they go through every single nook and cranny of that house. It's probably going to be a 100-page PDF. You can attend at the end for the wrap up, and the inspector is happy to go over, answer any questions you have. I have everyone's cell phone number. So it's not as though you have to attend that home inspection, and they take photos of everything. They have everything in great detail. So for that final inspection, I get the report back. I present it to the builder again. They go through, fix all those items. And just like we did before, we hire the inspector to come back out to make sure that those items are done, they're done correctly and to the right standard. So that is another about $500 cost. So each inspector, each company, their prices range slightly. So if you need me to call companies, you need a price as of what it is today as you're watching this video, or at the time of you meeting the inspector, let me know, because my team and I are more than happy to do that for you. Now, as far as resale, we have to get the home inspector into the property as quickly as possible from the time that we go under contract. And it will typically take about 3 hours depending on the size and the age of the home. And they will do what is a standard inspection. It depends the size and the age on what the price is, but I will give you an average price of about $400 to $500 for the standard inspection. Now, in addition to the standard inspection, I'm always recommending doing a WDO report. Now, this is required for a VA loan and an FHA loan. You do not have to get this for a conventional loan. The WDO inspection is for wood destroying organisms because we have bugs here in Florida. So the WDO is a different inspector sometimes than the actual home inspector who is inspecting the entire house. They will go out, see if there's any past termite damage, current active termites, any wood rot, and they will draft up a report for us. So I highly recommend this. Then you also have a couple other inspections depending if the house has a well. So we can do a well water test. We can do a septic. If the home is on a septic system, we want to make sure that that septic system is in good condition. Okay, if the house is on septic, I highly recommend getting an inspection because this is a huge expense. If they tell you, oh yeah, everything's good with it, I wouldn't take their word for it. I would get the inspection done because to my knowledge, if you had to replace it, it's like $10,000. So let's know about this ahead of time. And I believe those prices range from $300 to $500. You can also do a pool inspection. If the property has a pool, this price ranges from $200 to $500. If you wanted to inspect the chimney, this is a different type of inspector, and this ranges about $300. The last two things that I will mention is if you would like a discount in your homeowner's insurance, you can get a 4-point letter of wind mitigation from the home inspector that essentially breaks down a report for the homeowner's insurance company listing that the 4 main points are in good condition: roof, AC, electrical, plumbing. Now, if they're not in good condition, we know those items need to be replaced. I wouldn't suggest doing the 4-point letter because we might not want the homeowner's insurance company to know about that. But if they are, then we want to get that in writing. We want to get it documented by the inspector, turned into the homeowner's insurance company so that you can get that discount. So now that we broke down all of the costs with the home inspection, I want to share with you what the process looks like from, okay, we reviewed it. How do we ask the seller for repairs? What does that look like? I will say at this current time, buyers are having to be aggressive and take properties as is. Like I said, you still have the right to inspect the home, but you might not have the opportunity. It depends on when you're watching this video and when you're actually purchasing a home, but you might not have the opportunity to ask for a repair request. But in the event that you do, let's talk about it. So when we get the report back, we review it, and then we have a repair request form that we can fill out, and we can ask the seller to fix A, B, and C. The seller reviews it, they get a copy of the inspection report, and they have 3 options on how they want to respond to you from that repair request. The first option is they're like, okay, we will have contractors come out and give us quotes for these items. Typically, if it's a job that needs a contractor, that's required. But if it's like caulking or fixing a doorknob or a toilet or something like that, you can have a handyman come out and fix those items. So it just depends on what it is. But they will have the person come out, get the quotes. They will agree to, okay, done. We will pay that contractor. They show us proof of receipt that, okay, done, paid, don't owe anyone money. And then you have the option to hire the inspector to come back out, re-inspect those items, make sure it's done correctly and to the right standard, right? So that's the first option, that it'll be done for you and we will have all the proof and we will get it inspected. The second option is that they say, no, we're not going to hire somebody. We're not going to do these quotes. We're not going to have someone come out here and do any work. We will credit you money. So you will see this seller credit broken down on your settlement statement at closing. And let's say we got a credit of $5,000. It'll be $5,000 less that you will be bringing to closing. So it'll come out of your down payment, your closing costs. You'll see that credit listed there. Third option is the seller says, no, I am not going to hire this contractor. No, I'm not going to credit you money. You can decide to move forward or not. So what this looks like is you can either say, okay, fine, we couldn't come into agreement about repairs. They're not that major. I'm still going to move forward with the house. And then we're like, great. Then we are on to the next step. But at this point, depending on what the timeline is that we wrote in for the contract for you, if you are within your home inspection contingency period and you decide to cancel, we will fill out a cancellation form and release of the earnest money deposit so that you can bring that form to the title company and they will reimburse you for the earnest money deposit that you turn in. They will give you a check or they will wire the funds over to you. So, all right, so that wraps up this video. Step number 5, breaking down inspections. We talked about all the estimated costs with the inspection and what the inspection process looks like for resale and new construction. And then I also broke down for you what the process looks like if we decide to turn in a repair request. Any additional questions that you have about the home inspection, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. That is what I'm here for.